Now to remarkable comments from Ange Postecoglou, who has accused someone at Tottenham Hotspur of leaking information.
This is after team news was obtained by the media before their Europa League match against Eintracht Frankfurt last night.
Postecoglou went on to say that he believes it's been happening all season and that he is close to working out exactly who it is.
Look, there's no doubt we've got a leak inside the club. Somebody continues to leak out information they have all year. I don't know why. It doesn't help us. It just makes our job more difficult. We try really hard to sort of keep things in-house like all clubs, because what you don't want on game day is opposition being aware of any sort of team selections, but we've got somebody within our camp who continually gives out information. We've narrowed it down. I've been looking at it for quite a while, kind of have a fair idea of where it's coming from. We'll deal with it, but it's not helpful to us. Like I said, half of it's misinformation, half of it's half the information, but irrespectively, it certainly doesn't help our cause, because on game day what you want to try and do is keep as much information in-house. We try really hard to find out information about the opposition, very hard to. But with us, somebody has an open line to what we do, and it's disappointing because you'd like to think that everyone who's in our camp is working with us, not against us.
On this specific case, yesterday, Wilson Odobert, Tottenham forward, there were reports that came out online that he'd started to feel his hamstring again. He suffered a few hamstring injuries this season that sort of disrupted his first season here after a big summer move from Burnley. And he ended up being on the bench, which was good news for Spurs. However, he didn't come on. And look, he might be featuring on Sunday against Wolves. And I think that's where Ange Postecoglou is talking here. It's about the disruption and also giving the team's information. Last night, the information given would have helped Frankfurt. This is clearly something that's been annoying him, riling him up. But it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because as journalists and reporters, we try and obtain information, transfer news, manager incomings and outgoings, and injuries. And I'd say probably injuries is always one of the most sensitive ones, because you need to get it right. And I think that's Ange Postecoglou's point here. You don't want to give out misinformation on a medical situation. But it was interesting. I was in the press conference last night, Mike, talking to the Frankfurt head coach, and he kept talking about Tottenham's wingers, Tottenham's forwards. So Ange Postecoglou would have heard that as well, and it probably would have annoyed him, because Frankfurt would have then been made aware that Odobert wasn't going to feature. But it also makes me think as well, you know, when we've got the Euros and we've got the World Cup and there's leaks about the England team, and then you get people on social media saying, don't leak that out, that's going to help the other side. So it's always a difficult one, but as Ange Postecoglou says, it is being investigated, but it was something that came right at the end of the press conference, and he speaks in much more detail on this to the written journalists, and you can hear that and see that and read it on all our platforms from 10:30 tonight. You really do not want to miss it.